guys, thanks so much for clicking on my channel. We're all smiles over here. I am Will Sanja. It's like asking a question. Will Sanja help you keep your smile for today? And hopefully the answer is yes, you guys. I'm going to try not to keep it long, but y'all already know. If it gets good, I'm going to keep on talking. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. To go. The nugget today is lead with God and not the problem. When you lead with your problems, your reality, the earth reality, you end up opening up a door to allow the enemy to come in, to pull on strings of falsehood feelings. And those strings are what? Sadness, doubt, fear, anxiety, depression. And when you allow the enemy in to pull on those strings of falsehood feelings, you end up building up walls of resistance that now will what? Block you from receiving your manifestations, from receiving your promises, from receiving your financial lump sum, from receiving your healing, from receiving, in other words, your good goods and yum yums. And there you are in a space trying to figure out what has happened. And it's all because you led with the problem. Don't lead with the problem. Instead, lead with God, God's word. When you lead with God's word, then God will always keep the pathway, the runway clear for you to take flight right into your blessing, right into your manifestation, right into your good goods and yum yums. And then therefore, you won't have to break down any walls that you put up, all because of the enemy. You'll be able to get directly right into the blessing. Because what? The path is clear. God has cleared that path. Y'all, this morning, I heard some music ringing over and over in my head, and it went like this. Da 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 da, and that just kept ringing and ringing in my head. I said, "Wait a minute, I know this, I know this, I know this," and I couldn't figure it out. So I asked my husband, said, "Babe, what is this music? I know it, but I can't remember it." And so my husband said, "Oh, I think that's from the A-Team." Do y'all remember the A-Team? It's the show that had Mr. T in it. And this show was a group of men, basically. I don't think a female worked with them, but if my memory serves me right, I remember it was a group of men, and they would come up with a plan to rescue people out of trouble, right? And every single time they would do it, that plan that they would come up with, it always worked. And at the end of the show, their leader, Marty, he would always say this: "I love it when a plan comes together." And y'all, when all of that rushed back to my memory, I got so grateful and thankful, because that's what God was telling us. He was saying what? His plan for our lives is indeed going to come together. Why? Because God says where? All things work together for the good of those who love God. And God is saying if you just lead with him, the plan will surely come to pass. All that he has for you concerning the promises, the manifestation, it is indeed going to come together. Why? Because we are a part of the A-Team, the number one team. And that's God and the angels that he has given charge over us. We just have to remember to stay in the space of leading with God. In other words, what? Letting God be at the forefront of our lives, moving in and through us. That's what we're able to see within our journey with some clarity. And that's us speaking God's word. So when somebody comes up to us and asks us, how are we doing? We're not going to hit them with the problem. Yes, the problem is there. Yes, that's a reality in the earth realm. But what does it say in the spiritual realm? Spiritual realm says victory for us. We have the victory in the spiritual realm. So we're not going to focus on what's going on in the reality of the earth realm. We're going to focus on the reality, the truth of it all in the spiritual realm. And that's God saying what? He wishes above all things that we should prosper, be in good health, even as our soul shall prosper. That he has not given us the spirit of fear, but he has given us power, love, and that of a sound mind. Are y'all listening to me? So when people come to you, you don't get to talking about your problems. You instead talk about God's word, which is his truth for your life. And when you do that, you'll find yourself saying like Marty at the end of the day, "Oh, I love it when a plan comes together." Why? Because God has already worked that thing out for you. So today, flowing into your forever, lead with God. Lead with God and not your problem. I don't care how bad it's looking with your physical eyes in the reality of the earth realm. Lead with God's word. When you lead with God's word, that's you having faith. That's you having a firm, sound foundation, in other words. So just do that, no matter how bad it looks. And don't worry about what people say. You have a lot of people who are carnal minded. They just haven't tapped into the spiritual realm yet. They don't know the truth for their life. I told you on yesterday, anything that's contrary to God's word, it's a lie. So why talk to people about a lie? You know that ain't the truth. So why talk about it? Why talk about it? You know what you talk about, that is what's magnified in your life. You give that permission to live rent-free in your situation, in your life, in other words. Don't let nothing live in your life rent-free if it's not benefiting you. Don't do it. Don't let it do it. Don't let it freeload on you. Please don't do it. Lead with God. Lead with his word. And when you magnify God's word, I'm telling you, you're going to draw in all your manifestations. You are. God said, if I be lifted up from the earth, then he'll draw all men unto him, right? It's the same way. When you lift God's word up, when you magnify God's word, you don't think God's going to draw all his promises to you? You don't think that he's going to floodgate you? You don't think he's going to overflow you with everything? He is. When you show him that you know that he can do it. I know that you can do it. You said that you can do it. He's able. And that John B. Key. Boom, 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 boom. He's able. God is able. God is able. Not to mention, y'all, I heard a song. I almost forgot. I heard another song this morning. And it was Kurt Franklin's song. It was The Brighter Day. When they say, I never knew life could be so happy. Yes. It's going to be a brighter day, brighter day, brighter day. Dun, 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 dun. Brighter day, brighter day. Okay, let me stop. But it's going to be a brighter day for you if you lead with God's word. Matter of fact, that's what God's word says. He says, let me see if I can come up. Let me see. Hold on. I want to say this right, because I said this to y'all before. It talks about how God's word, his light. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I always make sure, because I write down stuff, y'all. Make sure. And it comes to me. Where is it? Where is it? Hold on just a minute. Hold on just a minute. Here it is. Now, it doesn't say brighter day, but it says perfect day. And bright and perfect goes together for me. But it says this. And this is in Proverbs chapter 4, verse 18. But the path of the just is as the shining light, that's that bright, that shineth more and more into the perfect day. It's going to be a brighter day, brighter day. Yes, it says as that the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more into the perfect day. So when you lead with God, you will have a brighter day into a perfect day. And you're going to find yourself saying, at the end of the day, I love it when a plan, God's plan, come together. All because you decided to lead with God, his word, because you are indeed a part of what? The A team. Okay? Let me go, because I just keep repeating myself, but I hope y'all got this. I hope you got it. Lead with God's word, not your problem. Even though it's a reality, I'm not telling you to dismiss what you're seeing with your physical eyes. I'm just telling you to focus on your truth. And that's what's going on in the spiritual realm. God says what? In earth as it is in heaven. That means you want your earthly life to look like what your spiritual life look like. Okay? Y'all get it? Y'all got it? Is it good? Did you understand it? Was I all over the place? Probably was, but I hope you got it. If you didn't, rewind it and see if you can get it then, okay? But in the meantime, in between time, if you take just a little bit of what I'm telling you and apply to your life to the best of your ability, you won't ever have the mask smile. Why? Because your smiles will always be genuine. I'll talk to y'all soon. Be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed. Remember, lead with God and not the problem. Y'all know what's coming next. Ciao.